Hello, happy Monday. It is July 17th of 2017. I'm now just wrapping up my recovery time from my 4th round of chemo. And I must say this time around was a little bit more challenging to get through without losing my shit, just to be honest. It seems like I'm losing patience every time I get out of the hospital. I don't know if like the weather's making me irritated or I know I have a lot on my plate, but I feel like I have it a little bit better than most cancer patients as far as discomfort. Like I definitely could be in a lot worse spot, and I'm lucky that I'm not. So I feel bad complaining or even being cranky the least little bit because, I mean, there's always someone out there that has it worse than you, but I know there's a lot of people out there that have it worse than me. So I shouldn't really complain. But I am, for the sake of this video, though, just to be super honest about my symptoms and my emotions. But so yeah, it was more challenging this time around. My bone pain that I normally get, it got a little worse this time around. As far as my, like in my back, my lower back, I get it in my legs still. My jaw is still on the same side. That's still hurting quite a bit. My fatigue is a little more extreme. Usually takes 2 to 3 days for me to feel more well rested enough to like, do chores around the house or, sit outside with the dogs maybe. But I just wasn't having it this time around. I was sleeping really hard most nights, 12 to 15 hours a night for probably the first like 9 to 10 days-ish. So just super tired and crabby. What else made me super crabby, and I failed to mention the other videos because by the time I went to actually record videos, it wasn't an issue, and I just kind of, I guess, moved along and forgot about it. But it's common for you to get sores in your mouth just due to the reproduction of the cells. But for me, it was like my tongue would swell so big, it would leak into like between my teeth like that, and I would like end up biting it. So I had sores like all along the sides of my tongue, at the base of my tongue. So you don't really realize how much you actually use your tongue until you can't. It was super difficult for me to chew, so I'm getting crabby because I can't eat like normal food. I have to eat like things that are super soft or just liquid, like, smoothies, mashed potatoes, ice cream, of course, my favorite. And even still, like, that can't have anything, like, any, like, chocolate chips or anything extra in it. Like, the good ice cream you can't have, because it requires chewing. So, my doctor gave me this stuff. It's called Gelclair. I have not tried it yet. But apparently what it does, it's a solution that you mix with a little bit of water. You rinse it in your mouth or, swish it around like you would mouthwash, and then you have to wait an hour and then you can eat, and apparently it numbs up your tongue, so it makes it easier for you to be able to chew and stuff. So we'll be trying that out this next round once I'm done with round 5. So also I mentioned, I think the last video, about the numbness I have like in my fingertips. That's been another one that makes me cranky, because it was already hard enough like trying to type or whatever. It's just kind of sloppy because I'm not really feeling the movement. But now it's gotten to the point like where it's to my wrist is like almost this all around numb feeling. I can still carry stuff, and I wouldn't carry anything fragile. That's not a good idea. But opening the door and stuff like that, that's gotten more difficult. But it's actually extended down to my elbow now, to where my forearm is like a tingly, like a burny tingly, like when you sit on your foot and then you get up to try to walk, and it's just that like that terrible burn. So both my arms are like that. So I feel like I just like fell asleep in my arms and now they're just like super noodly. I still have function, but it's just so uncomfortable. And I keep dropping things. I can carry stuff, but it's like I wouldn't trust me if I was you, so you should probably carry it. So that's kind of a pain. It's also now in my toes. I guess commonly it's normally in both, but I finally made it to having both, which isn't a great accomplishment. But I also noticed that I'm getting, like, I started getting spots on like my palms, and you can't really see it on the camera, but there's like one there and one there. That's common as I guess chemo affects the production of the melanin in your skin. It's called hyperpigmentation. So I guess that's a common side effect for chemo. So I noticed they said it's on the palms of your hands and the bottom of your feet, and I flipped my foot over and looked, and I like actually have all these like freckles. I'm not gonna bring my foot up to the camera for you, but just take my word for it. But it's pretty freckly. Like, it's kind of weird. So they say it's common, like I said, palms of your hands, bottom of your foot. Some people get them on their face. I do have like some of it like on my neck right here. So that will, I'm sure, going to continue as those last two treatments unfold. So if I get speckly, don't make fun of me. So let's see what else. Other than that, I mean, the only other thing I'm not here to complain about everything, but my heart rate, my resting heart rate is at 100. So that's why I sound so winded. And I get, this time around, seems like I'm getting more winded faster. I had no problem, like, moving around the house and, like, putting dishes away and stuff like that. Like, that wasn't an issue. And it just seems like this time around now, my heart is working harder, and I'm losing my thought right now. No, like it's hard for me to catch my breath. That's what I'm trying to say. So other than that, I'm going for my 5th round tomorrow. That's super exciting. I did want to say, like, for those of you, you can find information about intrathecal chemotherapy. Everyone's going to give you a different answer of how it feels and what to ask for and look for. So far, I've had 2 rounds of this treatment done. And just a reminder, refresh, it's when they put the needle in between some of your bones in your lumbar to get to your spine to administer the chemo into your spinal fluid. But so the first time I had it, I had a student doctor administering it, which that I don't think he was experienced enough, and I almost don't want to blame him for my pain because it still hurt the second time around when I had a professional do it. So it turns out that the bones in my lumbar are actually more squished together than they're supposed to be. So again, it was super painful. So this time around, they're going to try to give me nitrous, which I'm kind of excited about. Only not because it's going to get me high, but because hopefully it's going to help help me like not cry because it hurts pretty bad. I did say in one of my videos I felt like it was more anxiety than it was pain, but I think at that point, like, I was just trying to be a hard ass. I don't know, because I dread now going to go get chemo. I worked past my problems of, getting my blood drawn every week. I hated needles, even though I got tattoos and piercings and stuff like that. Like, I hate needles. I hate doctors. I used to. God, that's not a good thing to say. It's not that I hated them. It's just that I hated because they were the ones giving you the shots or whatever, God, save me. So I finally worked past that, but I don't think this is one that anyone can really get just comfortable with and get used to the pain after that long. So I guess I recommend, if you're going to go through intrathecal chemotherapy, one, make sure you have an experienced doctor, not a student. Two, I would ask for anxiety medication. I know my doctors are really good because I do suffer from anxiety. But especially with chemo, I guess it's common for people to feel super anxious, and definitely with all the emotion that comes with having cancer. But I would recommend right before they take you to go get that chemo, to get a shot of whatever anti-anxiety medicine, just to help mellow you out. And then I would also find out if it's an option to get nitrous, or be put in that twilight where you kind of just don't care. I'll update you guys though how well that's going to work for me in this next video. Because like I said, it's not fun, but if anything, whatever makes it easier, really, which my doctors have been pretty good about, is helping make things as comfortable as possible. So I'm pretty lucky there. Trying to think if there's anything else. I just felt super irritable and emotional this time. I will say that listening to the radio and hearing a certain song on the radio, I'll bust out in tears, or watching America's Got Talent. Not normally a show that I watch or anything like that, but for whatever reason I have been. But anytime someone makes it to the next round, I'm just crying my little ass off. So again, I don't know if it's just losing patience and just dealing with all of what I have been. It's just finally catching up to me. I know it's not PMS because I got nothing going on because of chemo, so I'm not really sure, but I think that wraps it up. So I hope you guys enjoy your week. I will be starting my chemo tomorrow, so I'm going to go pack for that. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Take care. Happy 4th of July that just happened, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.